Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the final episode of this series where we're talking about who is the greatest of all time between Michael and LeBron. I would encourage you guys to watch every single video that I've uploaded on the subject. I think that they're all very enlightening. I wanted them to all be together in one video, but I couldn't because it was just, I think it would have been too long, and it would have been difficult to film. I think I want to upload more videos, like more videos that have just multiple kind of context behind them, but I don't want to upload like 50-minute, hour-long videos. So this is the final section. We're going to be looking at perseverance, and I think perseverance is an amazing word. So basically, I'm just looking at their character. I'm looking at who they were as players. Obviously, I'm not going into their personal life. I'm not judging that because we're talking about basketball here. I'm talking about what can we say, what can we extrapolate from what they have done in their careers into what kind of a player are they, not just like then, but now. And that's very important, right? A lot of us, we commemorate players for being impactful and for kind of leaving behind this legacy for other players to just aspire to become and then emulate, right? And that is just what's so amazing, right? Because in the last words of Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, it's our job to move the game forward. And I think that's really important. So without further ado, we're going to get into the word perseverance. I would encourage you guys to go into the dictionary and look this word up. It's quite amazing. I'm very blown away when I wanted to know. I wanted to know exactly what this word meant because I was looking for something kind of to tie it all in together at the end. Excuse me. So I looked at the actual definition, and I think it fits perfectly. So the perseverance literally means doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. And that is almost what basketball is all about to me. It's a very majestic word that I'm going to be cherishing for a very great many years. Now, obviously, in my own opinion, I could kind of generate some sort of a conclusion myself based off of the evidence that I've kind of brought to light here in this series. And even with Jordan, like it was pretty amazing that Jordan was able to stay with the Bulls throughout most of his career. His career that we look at, that we notice, right? We know him as the guy in Chicago. He went on a 1.5-year hiatus to play baseball, and then he comes back, and then he dominates, and he continues to just play as if he didn't need a break or as if he never made any sort of radical lifestyle change. Jordan, we're gonna talk about just jumping teams and signing with superstars in a bit. Jordan, obviously, he did not leave his team, right? He did not leave the Bulls when it was convenient or because he wanted to do something with a bet with another team, right? He didn't join a super team many times, right? I think he was almost revered the most, or at least he was beginning to become this national icon, this amazing player. When you saw what he did against the Bulls, how he overcame them, he didn't fight or leave, which he could have done probably. He could have done that, but he decided to make himself stronger. He literally put on 15 pounds of muscle, and I think that helped him with the physicality aspects, right? And coming back to LeBron, I can't help but look at the career of LeBron James and Michael Jordan and think that Michael had to work harder than LeBron did. LeBron had some amazing accomplishments, but Jordan just did not run and hide, right? That's just the fact. That's not what I think. I know that Jordan didn't run and hide when it was convenient, right? Also, Michael was in the era of the best defenders of all time. Just a league of physicality, of fights, of continuous just getting physically drained. They were physically beaten up by some of these teams. It was also an era in the NBA where scoring wasn't as high as it is now. but Michael he was just that much better than everyone else. That's why it was easy to differentiate him when he was just the MVP, or he was going to win the title that year. He was going to be the finals MVP. Now, getting into LeBron James's career, I think what he should have done was he should have stayed in Cleveland, right? I think that if he stayed in Cleveland, didn't go to Miami, then the team would have tanked. They would have signed a superstar. If not Kyrie, then someone else, right? Someone amazing, right? They would have drafted a superstar. They could have drafted Kyrie. They could have signed him. They could have signed Kevin Love, and then boom, you've got your team. You've got your team that you're going to take to the finals again. That is exactly what Jordan did. That is exactly what Jordan did, because he waited for Pippen, okay? He waited for Pippen to get drafted and signed Rodman, just like LeBron could have waited for Kyrie and for Love. But the big problem here is that Michael didn't have to wait very long for Pippen. But when the Bulls drafted Pippen, 3 years after they drafted Jordan, they didn't start winning them rings until 1991. And they didn't sign Pippen until 1995. Sorry, Rodman. They didn't sign Rodman until 1995, which was 11 years after Jordan was drafted. So saying that LeBron had to wait too long, and I completely get it. He was getting impatient with management, and that makes total sense. Like it was I can imagine it would be very, very difficult to continuously be on a losing team. I see that in all kinds of sports. But the fact is that LeBron could have stayed with Cleveland. He didn't have to just abandon them and come and decide, you know what, I want to win now. I'm not getting any younger. I'm going to come back when you guys are a team worth playing for. When you guys are actually good. Now, excuse me, I was thrilled to find out that LeBron was going to LA. I think that this would have been amazing for him, you know? He had just come back from this amazing season where he was 2018 was an amazing season for him because he just had that killer look in his eye. He was at the top of his game. He was single-handedly leading his team to the finals again. He was just doing these amazing things. He was giving Harden a run for his money, I believe, for MVP. Makes it to the finals. He had that absolute killer instinct, right? Furthermore, what happened in 2019... I don't know what happened to LeBron in his first year with the Lakers, okay? He started making these insane high-frequent passes. He had the worst defensive breakdowns in his career, and he starts making three-pointers from the logo. And I'm so confused as to why he would completely change this. It was a new LeBron. I mean, I should have seen this coming. I kind of figured that LeBron didn't want to be seen with the likes of Lonzo Ball. He can't even... Well, he can connect with a layup, but even that is just a toss-over, man. I get it, you know. Don't develop these young players. Wait for some real talent to show up. He missed 27 games, and I can imagine that LeBron was kind of happy about that. You know, he started his 4-year contract, $38.5 million annually. This is how he's going to begin with it. I mean, but you can't blame him, right? He wants to win. And if I learned anything from the Fast and Furious 6 movie, it's that a team is just a bunch of parts that you move around until you get the job done. We all know that the whole plan of going to LA, the whole plan was to get Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, or Paul George on the team. We all know this. Don't you remember social media back in 2018? Social media was just flooded with speculators, and Instagram, just the whole media was on fire for just figuring out who was going to sign in LA with LeBron. And I remember that because good Lord did I want that to end. Everyone was saying Kawhi signs, Paul George signs with the Lakers, Anthony Davis signs with the Lakers. We all know that that's why he went to LA. And this is LeBron's legacy, all right? This is whatever else he can muster up in his remaining games. I mean, the remaining years in the league that he has, I think, hey, I wish him all the best. Okay, Jordan's legacy is that he persevered, he fought, he won. He's a champion. I don't even think it's fair to have LeBron in this comparison, especially since he himself doesn't even claim. Uh, Le, LeBron doesn't claim to be the GOAT, anyways. He doesn't claim to take it over his childhood hero. He took the number of Michael Jordan already. That's the whole reason that he was number 6 in Miami, is because Miami retired the number as well, because that's what they wanted to do. Michael is just. I talked about this in the first video of these episodes, about how we all know what kind of competitor Michael is, and I think that already sets him apart from the ordinary. To this day, he's still the same person. I'm gonna finish with a final exhortation. That pretty much concludes the GOAT talk. So yeah, I'm gonna finish with this exhortation, and I really think that it's important. It's something to be valued, because if you want to be someone that tackles these kind of subjects, if you want to be someone that engages in sports debates, all right, you do not have to have had played 15 years in the NBA, all right? You don't need a master's in basketball knowledge. You don't need to be a PhD or any of that, okay? You don't need to be an NCAA champion coach. You don't need to be those things to be able to have a discussion with someone about basketball. All you need is a basic to advanced understanding of the game. You need to know the rules. You need to have had watched some film. You need to have some knowledge. You need to know what numbers are and how they work in this game. And you need to be able to do your research, okay? So if someone has an amazing point, I'm not going to look at who they are, because then that's just attributing something to education. But having knowledge and having this title doesn't exclude you from being able to have to explain a subject on your own, in your own words, and that is what's different. So that's the conclusion that wraps it up. I hope you guys can take away some things from this video, and from all of the videos actually that I talk about. I worked pretty hard on this. I have a document I'm going to upload onto my blog. It's going to be everything that I said, basically. It's 3,000 words, so I'm going to change this document, put it on my blog on medium.com. In the next couple of weeks, I'm going to have all these videos uploaded by Monday. I'm not sure which day that is. Today is Saturday, May 16th, so I'm going to be uploading all these videos within the coming days. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry about the delay in uploading these videos. I had some Wi-Fi complications, but I'm just excited that I got these done. So thank you very much.